Welcome to Glorious Botafogo, your number one source of Botafogo news in English. And I guess I could also say welcome to the Thiago Almada Show because that's exactly what it was tonight. Thiago Almada has finally arrived, has finally made his debut. Also, kind of in a similar fashion to what I had said earlier in some of my videos, that Thiago Almada was going through a Luis Enrique phase where we were expecting a lot of Luis at first, and it took a little bit for Luis to kind of feel at home and get the goals. And tonight, Thiago Almada was responsible for the beginning of the play that resulted in Luis Enrique's goal. Thiago Almada cut the defender from Corinthians, made a through ball to Savarino. Savarino made a side pass to Luis. Luis Enrique scored. And then Thiago Almada received in the edge of the 18, cut two defenders, took the shot, it deflected, it went in. First goal with the Botafogo shirt. And the goal came at a good time because the match was at 1-1. Botafogo had scored with Luis Enrique, but then Corinthians had two penalty kicks before Botafogo scored the second goal. The first kick, Oscar Romero's brother, Angel Romero, took a bizarre penalty kick, and John saved it. The Botafogo goalkeeper, which I think is not only his first penalty save with the Botafogo shirt, but I want to say it was his first penalty save, period. So what a great time to debut, or what a great time to save penalty kicks, because now Botafogo sits on top of the table, 4 points clear off Fortaleza, that tied earlier today with Atlético Paranaense. Tomorrow, Palmeiras will play Criciúma. Criciúma is kind of a yo-yo team. We don't really know what Criciúma you're going to get. And then Flamengo also plays tomorrow. But it does not matter the result of Palmeiras and the result of Flamengo. Botafogo will continue to be first, because if Palmeiras win, they will still be 1 point behind the Alvinegro. Alex Telles and Vitinho both debut for Botafogo tonight. Vitinho, in my opinion, had a great match, a really solid match, showed some really good defensive plays, showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of stamina, which was good. In the second half, he was subbed off by Matteo Ponte, but from what I saw, I really liked what Vitinho did. Alex Telles came in the second half, and although he came in with about 15 minutes left into the match, he showed some really interesting stuff. He was fighting for the balls. He was going for the tackles. He wasn't shying away or trying to hide. Sometimes players will do that. I was pleased. I was satisfied with Alex Telles. Alan came into the match. Alan's another name from Botafogo that the fans are expecting a lot out of. And he came in and kind of played the usual Alan. You know, it's hard because the Botafogo midfield, it's kind of set, right? With Marlon Freitas, Thiago Almada, and Gregory. Gregory was not able to play this match, but Danilo played, and Danilo played great today. Danilo did a good job today. So for Alan to come in and sort of dethrone those three guys when all three of them do really great, it's hard. So Alan's going to have to fight for his spot. And who knows, maybe it comes this season, maybe it comes at the next season. If he does start, or maybe he won't start at all. We will see. But it's nice to have a qualified bench, right? You look into your bench, you see Matheus Martins, you see Chiquinho, you see you see Alex Telles, which to me it's still crazy that Alex Telles is a Botafogo player. I saw him on the pitch today. I saw the press conference, and I still find it hard to believe. I still find it hard to believe, which is good, right? There should be signings like that, and a signing that it would have taken a long time for me to process. Unfortunately, it fell through, which was Sergio Ramos was offered to Botafogo, and after some talks, the club decided not to move forward. Botafogo was the main club that Sergio Ramos was apparently linked to. Now Ramos is going to wait for an MLS offer, but man, I understand that he was asking for a lot of money, especially because our starting defense is set with Bastos and Barbosa. But if you have a guy like Sergio Ramos in your squad, it changes the game. I mean, you're going to have eyes from all over the world in your team. You're talking about Sergio Ramos. Just let that sink in. We're talking about Ramos. I understand we got to be financially responsible, but if there was any chance whatsoever, I would have liked to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen Sergio Ramos with the Botafogo shirt on. Botafogo will face São Paulo midweek at the Newton Santos, which is going to be a sold-out Newton Santos for the Libertadores quarterfinal match. The winner of this match will go into the Libertadores semifinal, which it's becoming more and more real as the days go by. Botafogo will have to do its homework. It will have to beat São Paulo at home, because if we're gonna wait to play over there, it might be tough. São Paulo got eliminated from the Copa do Brasil, so the Libertadores is something that they are going to go with all of their power after. I mean, they're not doing that well in the Brasileirão. They don't have a chance for a title in the Brasileirão so far. It doesn't seem like it. So the Libertadores is a title that it's going to be very palpable. It's very achievable for São Paulo. And I believe they're going to play sort of like Fortaleza played, sort of like Corinthians played tonight, just waiting for a mistake, waiting for Botafogo to make a mistake and capitalize on it. The mistakes came via 2 penalty kicks. Into my opinion, both of them were fouls inside the box. Both Marçal and Barbosa committed fouls in the pens. So, got to be able to not do that. Because if you do that, then Corinthians just, whatever team, especially São Paulo, they're just going to sit back and they're going to defend and play for one ball and then score 2-1. And then Botafogo have to go to their place and have to chase the results. So, a 2-0, a 3-0 win at home would be fantastic against São Paulo, just to make sure that we go to the state of São Paulo, we go to the Morumbis, looking to be defensively responsible and play the game that Botafogo is used to playing, right? We are used to dictating the pace, putting on the pressure until your opponent crumbles. And tonight was sort of like that. Botafogo pressured, and Corinthians finally crumbled. So, very good match today from everybody, but especially from Thiago Almada. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. Support the work that I do here, because it does take time, and it's something. It's fun. I'm watching the games anyways, so why not? But support the channel by subscribing, support the channel by leaving a like, by interacting, by commenting, and make sure you go to my socials, Instagram. I know X in Brazil has been banned, but if you're not in Brazil, go ahead and go to X, which is where I'm most active at. That and Instagram. And Facebook are linked, so the posts that I make on Facebook, it will show up on Instagram and vice versa. Glorious 10 get you 10% off at fanatics.net. Make sure you get yourself some Botafogo apparel, or if you're a fan from another team, you can see if your team is on there. You can buy shirts or whatever you want to buy from that team. But if you're watching this channel, just go ahead and get yourself some Botafogo gear. If there's anything important, I will record another video. If not, then I will see you Wednesday after the Botafogo match against São Paulo.